Just like in literature and cinema, we can inhabit other people's lives and lived experiences. Even if these are fictional, by doing so we can learn about our own lived experience. It's no wonder that literature, theatre and films utilise embedded symbolic language to communicate levels of meaning beyond the literal word. In a design context, we utilise audience personas as our fictional characters to work for. Welcome to Semiosis 101 Season 2's 17th semiotic video. If you have watched Semiosis 101 videos before, then you will already know I am Dave Wood. Season 2's semiotic theme is a semiotic Rosetta Stone, which is a metaphor to the unlocking and designer-centric translation of Charles Sanders Peirce's semiotic theory of semiosis, sign action. Why do you need Semiosis 101? Peirce's writing and terminology is very obtuse. In this video, we're an experienced empathic semiotic hacks so you know your audience. We will synthesize with semiosis a working audience hypothesis and an audience persona, a designer's tool, to understand your target audience. In the next 10 minutes, we will use 3 quick target audience persona examples from D&AD design briefs to do this. Hit subscribe and I will explain how to wear an experience. In last week's video, I randomly chose one target audience from a 2020 D&AD design brief. There were 3 other audience examples that the brands Audible, HSBC and Intel had identified. I will now use those 3 examples in this video to explore how, using a working hypothesis, creators can phenomenologically wear an experience to understand their target audience. This will reveal audience existential insights that suggest qualities. These can then be used in any visual communication outcome to semiotically trigger the target audience's recognition, hook their attention, and then retain their interest. We are using a particular form of logic to do this, a logical design called Abductive Reasoning. This logic focuses on the best available answer rather than reason pure truth, deductive, or a scientific proof, inductive. This is perfect for ideation. 2 weeks ago, I reviewed 2 books, one of them being Wallen's Signs and Meaning in the Cinema. Last month, I used an example of a cinema-going target audience to begin explaining how abductive reasoning can be used in conjunction with semiosis. I will now quickly introduce you to the design tool of a persona, which we will semiotically and phenomenologically be hacking this week. I write more on this subject in my 2014 book Interface Design, quick plug. This book is to be reissued in 2024 by Bloomsbury Publishing. A persona is an archetype, not a stereotype, created to represent the target audience in the form of a profile. A persona has a fake name, a fake photograph, and various amounts of information on each type of audience member to provide a variety of target audience points of view. Personas are essentially a character sheet created from information gathered about the target audience. Using a cinematic lens here, the persona is a tool to humanize abstract and tenuous pieces of audience information into a believable but fictional character. Designers, especially within interaction design, use personas to generate realistic ideas based around the character's needs in order to drive the target audience to the design's set goal. Personas are a way for designers to wear an experience, as when creators are in doubt about some decision they are making during ideation, the persona becomes the audience's representative. The creator can ask themselves, what would persona A or B want at this point? So now we have established the persona tool. Let us hack it. After all, the persona is essentially a working hypothesis of the target audience. In Audible's 2020 D&AD design brief, they identified their desired target audience as leisure upgraders, city dwellers aged 25 and over who see leisure time as a source of pleasure and crave a sense of self-improvement. Despite the fact that they enjoy a wide array of pastimes, they are time poor and seek effective ways of learning additional skills, finding self-improving activities and trying new experiences. So what can we abductively reason from this pen portrait to kickstart our audience research? What does it immediately reveal of the shared lived experience qualities that creators can then semiotically use to craft familiar visual hooks to gain the audience's attention? What new understanding can creators gain by applying 4 existential lenses of the audience's lived body, time, space, human relationships to this leisure upgraded subsection of humanity? Okay, we only have a minute here to cover a lot of ground, so I'll start off the persona. They're time poor. Is this because of socialising, or is it family work balance? As a working hypothesis, their lived time can be either scenario until you know for sure. Through an existential lived body lens, we can reason that the description suggests a focus on themselves, their own development. Whether they are single or have a young family, the audible subset are clearly those people who can, to self-improve, create an existential lived space to listen to podcasts. This does not imply that their lived human relationships are selfish, just that they will be taking some me time. The immediate qualities that this persona scenario suggests is a quiet space that shuts out other stimuli. In HSBC's 2020 D&AD design brief, they identified their desired target audience as: your audience is everyone and anyone setting foot in an airport space. Those with an international mindset and a love of travel who are excited about the opportunities the world has to offer. Once more this week, what can we abductively reason from this pen portrait to kickstart our audience research? What does it immediately reveal of the wide or specific subsection of humanity? What shared lived experience qualities can creators reveal to then semiotically craft familiar visual hooks to gain that audience's attention? What new understanding can creators gain by applying 4 existential lenses of the audience's lived body, time, space, human relationships to this everyone audience portrait? Surely this isn't possible, as we cannot design for everyone. We cannot design for everyone. So what can we abductively reason here from the description to begin forming a working hypothesis to build a persona? The description is very open. The brief's need is to bring to life HSBC's brand promise while in the airport. So we can hypothesize and wear an experience. We can rule out these visitors with little time to get from security to the gate. An initial hypothesis could select only those airport visitors with time to kill, lived time, who are wandering around waiting lived body and space, and maybe looking to avoid or to start a conversation while they wait with another human relationship. This suggests a quality of eye scanning for something to spark interest. In Intel's 2020 D&AD design brief, they identified their desired target audience as the overwhelmed audience based in the UK who struggle with the sheer scale of PC and laptop choices. Their average age is 65 and they seek out advice from family and friends. They predominantly use their devices for productivity, emails, etc., video streaming and casual gaming. Finally this week, let us see what we can abductively reason from this pen portrait of this specific subsection of humanity to wear as an experience. What are the qualities here that provides valuable insights to begin semiotically crafting the familiar visual hooks by encoding iconic representation? Let us once more apply the 4 existential lenses of lived body, time, space, human relationships to this overwhelmed subsection of humanity in the UK. Okay, time is nearly up this week. Using abductive reasoning, what initial working hypothesis can be usefully formed from Intel's overwhelmed target audience? Well, they are all around retirement age, so as a generation they did not grow up with this technology as digital natives. We can form a persona of our audience's lived experience pre-retirement. During their working life, they have avoided exposure to hardware, lived time. This suggests a lived space of limited technological access and a lived body that is more familiar with analog items. The fact that they can seek help suggests a limited support network of lived relationships they can draw on, but these are tenuous and not sustainable. Semiotically, this suggests visual qualities to support their new digital steps that need to come from familiar analog themes. To end this 17th Season 2 video, we have had a whistle stop right through forming initial working hypotheses on 3 target audiences from only rudimentary information. But we very quickly hypothesized a quality from each hypothesis to kickstart ideation and iconic representation of that quality. Are each of these initial qualities the solution to the brand's brief? Of course not. It is just the first step in a long creative process. A working hypothesis is just a tool, but a tool that can be endlessly adjusted as more is discovered. The structure of a persona can be hacked with the 4 existential lenses to reveal familiar qualities they all will recognise. This can then kickstart the semiotic crafting of the visual language to hook the audience's attention. More on this next week. I am Dave Wood, a design educator and researcher, a published design author, and I've worked commercially as both a freelance illustrator and graphic designer. The guy behind the theory, Charles Sanders Peirce, was a philosopher, a mathematician, and a theorist. But he was not a creative. Each week on this Scout Scott Semiosis 101 YouTube channel, I will post at least one 10-minute explainer video on an aspect of Peirce's pragmatic semiotic theory. Each video will feature a take-home piece of applicable semiotic theory, and they do interconnect to build up your understanding of semiosis. Each free Semiosis 101 10-minute video will use design-centric terms instead of theoretical language. As a fellow creative and a published design author, I have a link in the description to my Scout Scott website. If you're interested in reading my Semiotic Rosetta Stone academic writing, then you can visit my academia.edu link in the description. Any other books on Peircean semiotics or design I have mentioned in the videos are also listed in the description. Check them out too. On the Semiosis 101 Substack semiotic resource, I have support materials for both free and paid subscribers. There are full annotated reading lists, video transcripts, 5-minute reads, plus other goodies and exclusive Semiosis 101 merchandise. The Substack link is in the description. Thanks for watching. Check out the other Semiosis 101 videos, like and share them with your friends, and hit the bell and subscribe buttons to be notified when next week's free Semiosis 101 video is published. You can also follow Semiosis 101 on the socials for updates. It is Semiosis 101 on Instagram and Twitter. See you all again next week for more Semiosis 101 to help illustrators and designers to enhance your visual communication skills.